Hello, everyone, and welcome to this September 24th webinar where we will be talking about ending the term in JMC Office. My name is Rachel. I'm on the support team here at JMC. I've been with JMC for a little over 2.5 years now. I am the lead on the resources team, which means I create a lot of those how-to resources that you can access in your help center. And today I am joined by Jody. Jody, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jody, and I am on the lead for the new schools that joined JMC, and I have been with JMC also about 2.5 years.
All right, thanks, Jody. As the term wraps up, JMC Office makes closing things out a breeze. Whether your school records final course grades or relies on standards-based report cards, you'll find the essential steps for turning on and reviewing teacher submissions right at your fingertips. And if you have any questions as we're going through the material today, go ahead and put your questions in the Q&A feature here in RingCentral, and we will address questions at the end of each section of the webinar. We will start with managing grade submission. When report card time arrives, JMC Office makes it simple to partner with teachers and gather end-of-term course grades or standards-based results. By opening a grade acceptance period, you give teachers a clear window to submit their grades. As submissions come in, JMC automatically compiles the results into report cards, saving you from manual entry and helping families receive accurate, timely information. To open or close a grade acceptance period, head to Grading, Entry, Grade Acceptance, and click the Settings tab in JMC Office. Step 1, select the Grade Acceptance On, Grade Acceptance Off, or Grade Acceptance Between radio button from the Grade Acceptance box to establish the grade acceptance period. Helpful tip, select the grade acceptance on between option and enter a date in the from and to fields to set a greeting window that allows teachers to submit their grades. Step 2, place a check mark in the appropriate checkboxes to indicate the type of grades you're accepting. So if you're accepting midterm grades or course grades or standards and benchmarks, you can see here that each of those checkboxes will take grades from a different place in JMC Teacher. So the midterm grades is pulling from the JMC Teacher midterm grades page, course grades is from the course grades page in JMC Teacher, and then standards and benchmarks, those assessments are entered by teachers on the edit assessments page in JMC Teacher. Step 3, place a check mark in the terms to accept grades from checkboxes to accept grades associated with the appropriate term. So if you're looking at, quarter 1, sem 1, if you use tries, so you'll just want to make sure that you're using the right grading term for your school. And then step 4, click the Save button to save your grade acceptance settings. Fun fact, when you turn on grade acceptance, teachers will receive an alert in JMC Teacher reminding them to submit their grades. And a helpful tip, prevent teachers from making unwanted updates to report cards by selecting the Grade Acceptance Off radio button after the term has been completed. So after you've printed out or emailed out your report cards, it's a good idea to go back and turn that grade acceptance off. So we'll take a live look here at managing grade submission in JMC Office. Okay, so from here, I'm at my home page, and I wanted to start here to just show you, you do get a nice alert here on your home page. So when teachers are submitting during this grade acceptance period, this is a good place to check just to see as those updates come in. So every time another teacher will submit updated grades, you'll see here, you can have 1, 2, 10, as many teachers as submit grades, you'll get an alert. But to get to my grade acceptance page, I'm going to come to Grading, Entry, Grade Acceptance. So Grading, Entry, Grade Acceptance. And here on my Settings tab, this is where I can turn it on. So right now it's just on. All teachers can submit grades. Again, like I said, if your report cards have been printed and sent out, it's a good idea to come back in and turn this off. But if you are worried about forgetting to turn it off, another great feature is to use this grade acceptance on between, and you can just use that grading window in which you want your teachers to submit their grades. So determine if you want it on, off, or if you just want it open for a window of time, and then what grades are you accepting right now? Are we looking at midterm grades, those course grades, standards and benchmarks? And as you notice, you can select more than one option or, uncheck those other boxes. So whichever grades it is that you want to accept right now, I'm going to go ahead and keep just my course grades on. And then the terms that I want to accept. So for right now, I would probably be looking at Q1 grades. As if I was on tries, I would select that here, or so on and so forth. As I got to the end of Sem 1, I would maybe want Q1, 2, and Sem 1. Totally up to you. So you'll just check all of the boxes that apply to the grading term that you're submitting report cards for, and then you're set to go and receive those grades. So once you have this set up the way that you want, you have to remember to save your changes. And then, oh, I don't have a valid date in there. And then once you've done that, teachers can start submitting their grades. Jody, is there anything I'm missing or anything you'd like to add there?
Nope, I don't, not that I can think of, but if teachers are saying they can't enter grades, this is the reason that they're not able to put grades in or get them into the office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know I mentioned this when we were looking through the presentation, but if you have teachers that are kind of confused, if you're a new school using JMC, these little tips here next to the grading terms, it's really helpful to say, well, you know, teachers, did you go to the midterm grade page in JMC Teacher? Just making sure that they're on the right page and putting grades where they need to get so that you can accept them into the office. All right, and we'll see, Jody, do we have any questions about turning on that grade acceptance?
We have no questions at this time.
Okay. Well, then we'll talk about the next step, which is reviewing the progress of teacher grade submission. Once teachers finish submitting course grades, it's time to prepare report cards for families. But how do you know when everyone is done? The grade submission log in JMC Office makes it easy to see which teachers still need to submit grades, giving you confidence to close out the grading period at the right time. In JMC Office, head to Grading, Entry, Grade Acceptance, and click the Grade Submission Log tab to run a grade submission report. So in that last section, we were on the Settings tab. Now we're going to look at that grade submission log. Step 1, place a check mark in the following checkboxes to view the grade submissions. So are we taking midterm grades? Are we taking course grades or standards and benchmarks? So those same settings that we were setting up on the Settings tab, we'll want to look at what those which types of submissions we're expecting here on the submission log. Step 2, select the appropriate term from the grades accepted, imported drop-down list to view grades submitted for a specific term. And then step 3, click the search button to view a list of teachers who have and have not yet imported grades. So the grade accepted or grade imported, so you'll want to select that term there, and then hitting that search button is going to populate that list of teachers who have, and it'll also give you a list of teachers who have not submitted their grades. Fun fact, the grade submission log report includes the course name, class period, accepted grades, and import date. And so here now we see that populated. Step 4, click the print button to print the list of teachers to follow up with. Helpful tip, need to reset the grade submission log table and start a new end of term grading period? No problem. Simply click the delete log table button for a fresh report. So say you're done with those Q1 report cards, you're getting close to Q2, ready to accept grades, and you don't want to have everything from Q1 kind of clogging up this submission report. Go ahead and click that delete log table when you're ready to start accepting grades for the next term. So we can take a live look here at reviewing the progress of teacher grade submission. So I'm going to stay on this page here. I'm just going to remind you it's under Grading, Entry, Grade Acceptance, and this time I'm going to come over to this grade submission log. So what types of grades am I bringing in? Am I looking at my midterm grades, course grades, standards and benchmarks, and then the grades accepted / imported. So Q1 and Sem 1. If you're not seeing what you want here, I think you just have to come back and check the additional terms, everything that should apply there, and then make sure that teachers resubmit their grades. But you'll select the term and then go ahead and hit search. And you can see first up here, I have teachers who have not imported grades, and I can see the classes down below. So easy way to find out who still needs to submit grades, and then you can follow up with them. And then at the bottom, I've got teachers who have imported their grades. I see the teacher, I see the courses that they teach, I see the periods, accepted grades, and the dates that it was imported. So You get the teachers who you have to follow up with first, and then the teachers who have submitted grades down below. And I remember when I was in the office, I would have teachers say, I can't remember if I did that or not. Can you check? So it's just an easy way to be like, yep, looks like you submitted your grades. We are good to go. Anything there, Jody, that I might be missing, or any other tips that we need to point out?
Nope. This is a great way to, like Rachel said, is to check to see if the teachers have or have not, or if you're waiting for certain teachers to get those grades in before sending those report cards out.
Yep, that's about it. And I think today our material is pretty short and sweet. We're just kind of focusing on that grade acceptance window. Yes, we are. So maybe before we log off, I know Jody said she's been talking to some schools who are getting ready to maybe have a Q1 report card. It might still be a little early, but even like a midterm report card. Should we just kind of quick show, Jody, where people would go to print out those report cards or print out those midterm reports?
Yeah, I think because I know quarter 1 is probably going to come out before we do our printing report cards webinar.
Yep,
So
we're
let's
going to have a webinar in about a month and about a month and a half. We're going to have another webinar all about printing out those report cards as we get closer to the end of term. But yeah, I think we can take a really quick peek here. And Jody is the report card guru, so she is going to kind of tell me where I'm going.
So there's 2 different types of report cards depending on your school. So there's the traditional report cards. So whether you print just report cards, which that's where Rachel's going now. And so this is built from JMC out of report cards. You just go here and print report cards. This is built from JMC, nothing fancy, just a basic report card.
Mm-hmm. So here it's like Jody says, it's just going to be your course grades. A lot of high schools probably use these types of report cards. You pick your term type, whose report cards you want to print, any additional information here. You can email them out to families. I'm going to hit preview here.
You're going to have a lot.
Yeah. And then once I've hit preview, I can see what is here, and then I can email it. So I can email them all to families. I can email it to students. Once I click this email button, it does give me some options if I want to put anything else in my email message. And then when you click print, it will automatically email to all those families. And if there are families that don't have email addresses in JMC, it will just print those report cards and allow you to mail them out. So pretty simple, just coming to grading reports, report cards, setting up the report cards that you want to send out, and then sending them to family either via paper copy or email.
So we'll stay in that same area, and now you can have a custom report card created, and to do that, you're going to head down towards print report card forms, towards the bottom. Keep going down.
There we go.
There. Yep, you do have one, so you can use that example. So in here, same thing. You're going to pick the type, the term type, how you're going to do it. The difference is you're going to have to select the form. And this form is created in the form designer. So if you want to just go by random, maybe you just pick one student, Rachel, instead, because otherwise it's going to take a little while. Just grab one. Yep, there you go. And then just hit print. And then that's a form that was, again, created in the form designer.
Is this one going to work for me, Jody? This example?
I don't know what's in. You can try it. I'm not sure what that one is.
Okay.
Sorry, we didn't preview this one. So we'll see what this looks like.
Oh, doesn't have a lot of information in it. Let's try.
This is our bad for not looking at this beforehand. Sorry, you guys.
Yep. We realized we were going to be talking about grade acceptance, and then we thought we should maybe have some information here too. So this one is blank only because there aren't any grades in for this student, but you can kind of get the idea. You've got the course, the teacher, Q1, you would have grades populating here. You have attendance coming in. And then if there are any additional comments here, this report card is 2 pages long. But yes, Jody, what would be the best way if a school wants to have a custom report card? How do they go about doing that?
So if you'd like us to help you, I'm on the forms team as well. You can email forms at jmcinc.com, and we can help set that up for you.
All right. And are there any other report cards that we should?
Yep, if you want to head to standards and benchmarks.
All right.
So this is a lot of times your elementary. If you go to, yep, there you go. And just do a, let's see where we're, do maybe a random one. Do you know what student? Actually go to the bottom one. Go down. Actually, can you move down from this instead of actually go back over to this instead of standard and benchmark report cards in the menu tree, go to the next one down. There you go.
Okay.
And does Mr. Freed have one? I thought Paul had one in here.
I feel like he maybe uses this one.
Okay, and just you can hit a blank report card on the bottom. So this is a form that, again, the forms team will help set up for school. And we can help set these up. This will be your benchmarks and your standards.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the teachers would go by their benchmarks and set up those report cards. So there's different ways for teachers. So when your teachers are grading, that would indicate which kind of report card, what kind of grading scheme they would use. So in October, in a couple weeks, we're going to do the teacher side of things. And so really it's up for the teachers to know which kind of report cards they're using and making sure they understand their grading schemes or where to grade from on their teacher grade book side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we were talking about, that difference between if you're grading by standards and benchmarks, or if you're submitting course grades, or if your school wants to send out midterm report cards. So just making sure that teachers know where they're going in JMC Teacher to get you the grades that you need for the types of reports you're sending out to parents. All right, anything else, Jody?
I don't think so. I guess the only other thing with report cards, if you're having issues with things like grades not showing up for teachers or in the office. Some things that can cause that is if you have changed courses, and this hits more for the standards and benchmarks area. So if you have changed courses, a lot of times those courses are instanced on those report cards. So you just want to make sure that if you've changed courses that you have double checked that those report cards are instanced that way. That when students join, if you go to go to reports, go to student and edit student report card forms.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you want to make sure the report cards are attached. So if you do use students standards and benchmark report cards, make sure that the most current report card that you're using. So if you bulk load your student report cards each year, and then you have a student join mid-year, you want to make sure that you remember to go back and add that report card for that second grader that joined mid-year or anything like that. If you haven't bulk loaded your report cards for this year, you can go to that bulk report card forms, grab the current report card for that first grader, go by grade, and bulk load them all at one time.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. I think I probably get at least one of those questions per year, like, hey, I printed out my report cards and I can't get one for Johnny. Oh, Johnny joined late. He just doesn't have a report card attached to him.
The other thing that I was talking about was if you change courses, so say you have a new second grade teacher and you added some courses and that teacher's not seen as those courses to be able to grade, it's probably because you haven't attached those courses to that report card. So if you need help with that, you can either reach out to forms or that tech support to help get those courses in there.
All right. Great point, Jody. I put you on the spot and you did great.
Does anybody have any questions? I know we kind of threw a little bit of extra in there and we weren't really prepared to show a report card. So sorry, Rachel, that I didn't
No, that's okay. That's
Good.
okay. I think the bigger thing is people just knowing where to go in JMC to find that information. And we have great tech support. And like Jody said, the forums team is always super happy to help. So if you run into any questions or any snags, reach out. We are happy to help you with that process. Yeah, we can maybe wait for one more second. And if anyone's got any questions to throw in the Q&A, otherwise we will wrap this up.
It's pretty easy on the office side. Just make sure that grade acceptance is turned on.
Yes.
And then again, in a couple, well, what is it? November, we're going to have the printing
Yeah.
report cards.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it might be early November. I can quick peek here. Printing and distributing report cards. That'll be like mid-November, the 19th.
And then we'll have the teacher one in October. So
Yes, the second week of October. All right. Well,
we have no
not too
questions.
many questions. Yeah. So okay, we will wrap this up. So on behalf of myself and Jody and everyone here at JMC, thank you for attending this webinar and thank you for choosing JMC.